In this video, we're going to take a look at a reharmonization that I've just done for I'll Be Home for Christmas. It is a jazz reharm. You're going to want to learn this because there's a lot of moody, dissonant chords in this version. And the reason why I did that is because the song is considered a very sad song. In fact, the last line is, "I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams." And when it came out in the 40s, it was considered quite sad for the military people to think about being home only in their dreams. We are going to go through the song in detail, check out some of the more dissonant chord progressions, and eventually I'll post a link to the sheet music near the end. But you also want to stick around because there is one progression in this tune that really makes the song. Let's listen to a little bit of it and then we'll start to analyze it. It's a nice chord there. I'm going to talk about what that is right there in just a moment. And then it goes in to the second section. We've got the sheet music here in front of us, and I think the first thing that we should discuss is the very first chord. It's a G6 chord. When you put the root in the melody, which is G, it's very hard to do major seventh chords because it creates a flat 9 with the melody. And you can try and disguise it, but it's still a bit harsh for the first chord. So throw the 6th in the bass down here. And then the next chord is an interesting one. I mean, basically what you're doing is you're playing an upper structure triad in the right hand. So you've got an inversion of a D7 chord right here over an F7 without the third. So there's no third in here. And the reason why I did that is because if you threw a third in there, it'd be way too muddy. Listen to this. It's just too much. Plus you've got lots of stuff happening in there that shouldn't be happening. But if you just do that, it's just such a nice, rich, dissonant chord. And then your E minor 11th chord, really big voicing here. You've got fifths and a third in the bass, so you're playing tenths. And then in the right hand, you've got an upper structure D major chord. So let's hear that again. Really nice, those first 3 chords. So what you have there is a 2-5 of G. So you got A minor 7 to D7 with a sharp 5. Not too much to say about that except it's all within an octave. So you got octaves on the outside and the chord in the middle. I often do those types of clusters when you're trying to create mood. And then a 2-5 of A minor. Nothing too special there, it's just a straight E7 flat 9 chord. Now, when we played it earlier on the grand piano, I told you I was going to explain what's happening here. And we're talking about this A minor to E7. Really, this is just A minor, and then there's another A minor here. So you got 3 bars of A minor. You really don't want to do that. What you want to do instead is stick some passing chords in there. And one of the easiest passing chords to add is a fifth of whatever chord you're resting on. So if we stay on A minor, forever, it doesn't sound good. But if you move to the 5 chord, you can do all kinds of neat things, especially when you're improvising. So if you go from A minor to E7 with a flat 9, back to A minor. So that's a good thing to do when you're staying on a chord for a while. Just stick in the 5th. As we move down the sheet music, we're going to go from the A minor back to A minor. Now that's just a D7 chord using the tritone substitution. So instead of going from A minor to D7, we're going to A flat. So the bass moves down by half steps. And keep the bass going down in movement. Now I said to you in the beginning that there was a chord progression that makes the whole tune. It's that one right there. From the G, major 7, to F7 sharp 11. Lovely progression, especially in the context of the whole line. From the A minor, and so the reason why that sounds so great is because the bass is moving down and the melody is moving up. And as you get to the last chord, it gets richer and richer. And we're here at our B minor over A. This is one of my favorite chords in the whole tune, in A13 with a flat 9. And then there's our D7 with a +5 again, except the melody is E. So you've got this huge cluster here. Listen to that. Going to the A flat in the bass only. So that last line. They're like pedal notes. A flat. Let's go back to the grand piano and listen to the last section. The first part here is basically just a repeat of the first A section. So it's an A-B-A-C tune. There's that passing chord. As I mentioned, this A section, which is just a repeat of the first A, runs from here to here. We're not going to go over that. What we are going to do is continue on with the last 8 bars of the tune. And the first thing you'll notice is this line cliche. So we had an A minor to E7, and then we're on to the last 8 bars. So here's the line cliche. I love lines that move down in half steps like that. You could put this flat 9 in there, but I left it as an E. Here's this progression again. Now the melody changes. Take a look at that. You're holding this D up here while making the progression move forward from that point. Hold that D down, and then on a grand piano, that D would just sing right out. It's the same progression we had earlier, G major to F7 sharp 11 to E minor 11, but the melody is different. So let's play that whole line. And then, because we moved down, let's keep going down. But you're bringing up the line cliche to here, so to F sharp. So on an A chord, an A13, that's the 13th. Like that. And then our sus chord, resolving. And you could throw one of these at the end if you wanted to. Let's play it again. Line cliche. I think it's such a beautiful tune, and it definitely lends itself to reharmonization. I'm going to put a link to the sheet music that we've just talked about up here in the corner. You can go check that out. And if you'd like to give the video a thumbs up because you enjoyed yourself, I'd really appreciate that. It helps us here on the channel. And if you're looking for more Christmas tunes to reharmonize, I suggest you check out this video next.